going to do today is just a little bit of fun thing really. I'm going to plant a celery from a celery stalk. So what I'll do is I'll regenerate it and then it will go into a pot for a while and then eventually it'll grow into a plant. I've actually got one in the greenhouse at the moment which I can show you at the end of the video. So what I'll do firstly is I'll cut off, leaving about 2 inches. I'll use those in a salad later, so they're not going to go to waste. And what I do is I put in cocktail sticks so it can be supported in the water. That's not deep enough really, so a bit more water in there. Put that around that side. So use warm water. So what we do is we'll keep that on the windowsill because it needs lots of light to generate. And what will happen first, we'll see leaves coming out of the top after about 6 or 7 days, and then maybe 10 to 12 days later we start getting some roots out of the bottom of the plant. So we've just got to make sure the water's kept topped up during that period and kept in light, and it should start growing, and then eventually we'll plant it out. But we'll come back in 6 or 7 days and we'll see how it's getting on. So here's a celery that I grew from a stalk, and it's been in the greenhouse all winter and survived, and it's looking quite healthy and ready to eat. So this is the end product. It's a bit of fun growing from a celery stalk, and you actually get a decent plant out of it as well. Hello again, here we are. About 10 days after we put the stalk into water, we've got a lovely growth coming through. So what I'll do is I'll leave this again for another week or so, and hopefully we'll get some roots coming out the bottom, and then I'll sow it into some soil and let it develop on from there. So that's not bad growth after 10 days, 10, 11 days I think it is. So looking good. We'll come back to it again later. Okay, so here we are. So it's about 18, 19 days since I put the stalk in water. We've got tiny little roots coming through now. You can see the tiny little roots coming through the base. So what I'll do is put this into a pot now, let it grow on. And once it's developed a nice root system, I can then plant it out. I think the roots do grow a lot better when it's warmer weather. If you do a stalk in the summer period, I think the roots develop a lot quicker than they do when it's a chilly period like it is in April. But I think this will still grow on. So what I'll do is I'll put it into a pot, and I'll just leave a tiny little bit of stalk showing at the top. Keep it. I'll make sure that's kept really wet now, from the bottom upwards. Make sure that's kept well wet. So we'll now leave that on to grow on, and I'll plant it in soil later. So it's a fun thing you can do. It's a fun thing you can do with children. From a stalk of a celery, you can grow a plant. So worth a try, have a go. Happy gardening everyone.